We're going to talk about legumes. These are plants with seed pods that we call legumes. The nutrition of protein that they produce. They fit in as very important plants for human nutrition. Let's take a look at what the biology and the anatomy of these things are. Plant structure. We're talking about the family Fabaceae, which is the bean family. It is the third largest plant family that you find on planet Earth. We have leaves that are alternate and compound. When they come off of the stems, they do not come off opposite each other, but rather you have one, then you have another one, and it comes off of the other side. The other thing is the leaves are compound. The leaf will have many parts to it rather than being a simple leaf. The other thing we have is stipules. Stipules are little leaf-like structures down at the base where the leaf attaches on. The flowers are irregular. They have 5 free petals. The petals are not fused together. The fruit is the legume. That's how we get the name legume for this. These are simple, dry, dehiscent fruits that open on 2 suture lines where the seeds are attached one side only. Legume flower structure. 5 free petals. The petals are not fused together. They are free in here. This is irregular. It is not radially symmetric. You get from this, which is close to being radially symmetric, to things that are very far out. You can see the ovary coming out of the center of it. You can also see the anthers. The anthers in the ovary are placed such that it cannot be symmetric. This is a lateral view of the same flower. You can see on the lateral view, a lot of this is below the midline. It is not a symmetric flower. You can see the pistil here with the ovary, stigma and style up there. You can see that this is not symmetric. You've got 5 free petals. They are not fused together. This is a type of bean. This is the flower of vetch. It is irregular. The flower petals are not fused. It is not symmetric. This is a bean. You can see the legume fruit coming off of this. You can see the petals on the top. What really brings this family together is the same type of fruit. This is probably the most unique one you're going to find. You've got very small petals down at the base. All of this mass coming out are really the anthers. They show up like this. That doesn't look like a flower. This whole thing is actually an inflorescence. We've got many little flowers. They're all attached down at the base. The bean family has a lot of different possibilities as far as flower type. You can see individual flowers down at the base. This is really an inflorescence. The legume fruit, think bean. If it looks like a bean, then it's going to be a legume. We've got a bean. This is a pod of a pea. It's a legume. This has been opened up so that you can see that all of the seeds are along one line, one suture line only. They do not attach on both sides. They attach only on one side. Your bean. If you cut the bean open, you can see that the beans are attached along one suture line. If you go all the way down, you will see this. You can see where they're attached. They're attached in the center of the seed. You can actually see the point of attachment on the seeds. There's your point of attachment. This is a cross section of the bean. You can see the point of attachment. This is going down the bean so that you can actually see the seeds being cut in half. This is a bean that has been fertilized. It's just starting to grow. The flowers dropped off. This is the legume type fruit. This is a legume type fruit as well. This is a little bit bigger than the other one. This is a legume fruit. You can see that this is much more elongated. It's a little bit different than the bean type. This is more flattened. It is still a legume fruit. The seeds are going to be attached along one side only. A pea is a legume. Seeds are attached along one side. It splits open. At maturity, it is dry and dehiscent. It splits open. This is a bizarre one. This is a tree ear. It is a type of legume. The seeds are attached along one side. There are 2 suture lines where this will actually split open. This one actually kind of rattles if you grab it and shake it. It is a legume. When the legume dehisces, it opens up. What we see is something like this. This is a legume. It's a pod. It splits in 2. You can see that the seeds were attached up on the upper part of this. You can see the little veins coming down to the attachment points. We have that type of fruit that dehisces. This is vetch. You can see how it's splitting open in the center. You can see how the seeds are attached. They were all attached along the suture line that split open. This is a very unique legume. You can see in this one, it dehisced, it opened up. As it opened up, everything became twirly on it. As it became twirly, you can see the nice red seeds. It's a legume because all the seeds are attached along one side only of the suture line. When we talk about legume, we're talking about plants that are in the Fabaceae. The commonality is the type of fruit that it has. They have compound leaves. You can see in this one, the leaf looks like it's got a bunch of little parts on it. They've got compound leaves. They've got a legume type fruit that is a dry dehiscent fruit that splits open. The seeds are attached along one side. The flowers are irregular.